Hello and welcome to day 4 here for StarSeries Season 8. We're in the wonderful town city of Belek. I don't know what it's classified as. Look, man, you just say both. Town, city, village, right? It could be all three, could be one or the other, yeah. You know, we're getting ready to head into this. Obviously, we just saw Renegades take a pretty dominant 2-0 victory over Vitality.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big fan of the boys. I'm very happy to see that they've come to this event firing on all cylinders. We've had great performances from Jacob and JKS, both stepping up massively over in that squad. And I'm loving what we're seeing from them right now. The fact that they won, I think it was 16-2 back on Mirage or something just incredibly one-sided. Mirage has been looking stellar for them, right? If you think about it, they even beat MIBR on that map. So really looking quite good right now over in the Renegades.
And even like dominant on Nuke at the beginning, right? Vitality definitely closed the map a little bit on the CT side, but other than that, Renegades looking really, really good. And we talk about like teams that could make a run at this event, and I think they've definitely got to be in the books for one, as you know, teams like Mouse Sports, teams like North, or Na'Vi already eliminated. So a lot more room being opened up for the Renegades to make a run here in Belek. But that's all for later, as now we have FURIA versus Evil Geniuses taking each other on in this best of 3. This is quite a crazy game as well, right? Because Evil Geniuses, Harry, we expected a little bit more coming into this event, and I don't know if it's them underperforming or other teams overperforming, but they've really been put to the test.
Yeah, the only game that they had that's looked like terribly convincing thus far was that 5-power game on you know, the first day.
As
right?
it should be.
Yeah, and that should have been a convincing win. And they came into that looking really, really confident. We saw a lot of force buys. We saw a lot of aggressiveness. I was liking it. Evil Geniuses, they were playing like they were the favorites. Then we see that game versus NIP. That's a 3-map series with every single one, you know, feeling close, feeling like it was anyone's game. NIP winning that out. Then they go 3 maps versus Heroic. That was another close affair, but they were able to win that. That's why we see them here and still afloat. Over on the FURIA side of things, well, we've got some comparisons here in that they also faced NIP. They got taken down in 2 maps versus the Swedes.
Yeah.
NIP having a great tournament right now by the looks of things. And then they played 5-power as well. And if you remember those games from yesterday, Hugo, they were so dominant, it almost felt unfair.
Yeah, a lot of CT aggression is what I remember, that Inferno game where it was just FURIA pushing mid almost every round, and a lot of fun as well. These guys are really, really pumped up, and it's nice to see them playing well here on LAN, but this is going to be the test of time, Harry, right? EG definitely coming into this match as favorites, and, you know, no time to start slipping up if you're FURIA. Got to keep on this hot streak. I think the map pool is going to be exciting as well. I don't really know where this one's going. We're going to have to wait and see for that, but yeah, I mean, right now, at least, MIBR are taking on Fnatic in a likely 3-map series, or the way things are looking. So looking for a couple of Brazilian teams to come out ahead today. Imperial already been eliminated just yesterday to MIBR. And, well, we don't want 2 Brazilian teams out of here, you know, so quickly.
No, definitely not. You know, especially because I think out of MIBR and FURIA, I don't even know which one I would say is the better team out of those 2. I really feel like it just depends who shows up on the day.
Big words.
I know that's a lot to throw out there, but I think it's just because MIBR, they play, well, to be fair, this event, they've looked pretty damn good, I think, right? Like, they look a lot more confident. They're finding their footing. But on the run-up to this, I don't know, man. I think a lot of teams have kind of had MIBR figured out, whereas FURIA, there isn't that kind of grasp on how they like to play entirely yet. You know, we know they like to be aggressive, but
And I feel like that's something that works a lot versus like these teams that just aren't ready for it, like 5-power. We saw a great example of that, right? But coming up against EG, is that same kind of style going to work, right? These guys play in North America. There's going to be familiarity. These guys will have practiced against each other. EG know what they're walking into right now. So I don't think, you know, that surprise factor for FURIA is going to be as clear as we get into this best of 3. And we've got the vetoes on our screen now as well. The Instabans coming out, pretty standard stuff. FURIA hate Dust. EG won't touch Vertigo. But Mirage, Train, and Inferno being our pool for this series. Very exciting.
yeah, and you know, after seeing the maps, I think this has got to be a definite 3-map series, right? I'm looking at this. I feel like EG, that they've been looking good on train as of late, whereas FURIA maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Mirage, great map for honestly both teams, but this has been a go-to for the Brazilian squad. So, you know, I'm hoping they can show their dominance there on that. And then Inferno, the reason why that's so exciting as a third is, if you remember, EG, they were on that, 100% win streak on the map until recently when it came to a crashing end. And for FURIA, it's also been a great map for them. We saw lots of that mid-aggression coming through, lots of banana control the other day, all these hyper-aggressive setups that were a real treat to watch.
Yeah, I think I agree with your sentiment being, you know, a potential 3-map series here. On the other side, I think EG could 2-0 this one. I don't think FURIA can do the same. I think train is going to be too much of a weak point for the Brazilian guys, even though it is a map that they frequent. But for Mirage, it's kind of the opposite. It's a good map for EG, but it's not one that they play a lot, at least officially. So this is going to be something that could come back to haunt them in terms of experience and going against a team that is more than comfortable on Mirage and frequents it as well as their most played map. So for EG, it's their least played map, with the exception, obviously, of Vertigo, which is always their insta-ban, with only 5 maps logged in the last 3 months alongside Overpass. So all up for question here in this best-of-3 series, and it is do or die for this matchup as the Brazilians take on the North Americans.
Yeah, so, you know, I think over on the side of EG, there's a few players you're going to be looking towards, right? The two that really spring to mind for me. Breezy, he was someone who has had a slow start this event, but then has really built into things.
Yeah.
Not usually someone as well who we ever consider to I don't know, in my mind, he is like one of the more consistent players in this team. Like, you know, you can always rely on him to be in the upper echelon of the scoreboard. He always kind of puts up some pretty decent numbers. So when we saw him struggling on those first few days, it was a little bit worrying, but he seems like he's really turned it around, and he's been the man, you know, coming in top a lot of the time for EG. Ethan, obviously, name that you can't not mention.
No.
Then I'm going to be looking at Tarek as well. I think he's been having some phenomenal games as of late. I haven't mentioned Cirque, obviously.
Why is
Two
that, Harry?
reasons. One, yeah, then I'm naming everyone apart from Stanislaw, and that feels,
bullying.
yeah,
well,
that
now
feels
you have
a little
named
bit
everyone except for
BM.
Stanislaw.
Well, yeah,
I've
you
got
know,
a point about
Stan's
him,
just
so carry
stellar. Yeah,
on
that's
with
good.
your Cirque stuff.
And the other thing is, man, I don't know, with Cirque, he's phenomenal, and so he just kind of slides under the radar, doesn't he?
It's just kind of expected at this point. What I want, Harry, is I want the stand from yesterday versus Heroic. They're shouting across the room. You know,
Ooh, yeah,
are you hiding? Why are you hiding, Henny? Why are you hiding? I want that. So let's see if Evil Geniuses bring the heat, and if there is some trash talk in this matchup, considering technically it is a domestic matchup in some regard, with both these teams playing in North America. So we'll have to wait and see, Harry, how these ones go, as EG going to be almost definitely taking the 9th round. And already hearing shouts, that's what you like to hear. EG starting off on their favoured side, which I imagine will be CT.
Yeah, if you're already getting vocal after winning the knife, you know this is going to be a loud series. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Ooh, look at those odds.
Yeah, GG bet, putting this one pretty heavily in favor of EG. And honestly, Hugo, you know, I think I side with you on this. I think, you know, I think it's definitely got the potential to go 3, and I think if it does, FURIA can take it. But I think the team that's got the potential to 2-0 is Evil Geniuses. Now, obviously,
That's
my words don't really mean anything.
No, we
and
know
neither
that.
do yours. At the end of the day, what do words mean, right?
They're just noises.
They are just noises, right? And that's all we're listening to right now. And that's the thing, you know, FURIA, they are this sort of fast, ferocious team where they can just show up on the day and everyone's firing on all cylinders and they can upset. But then again,
maybe not.
Yeah, right. So there we go. That's just kind of...
Welcome to every Counter-Strike matchup you're ever going to see.
Yeah, you know, there's always the chance.
But also not.
Yeah, that's just how the game works, isn't it? And here's FURIA setting up towards the B-bomb site nice and early. 5 players here throwing in those smokes to try and deny vision. The way of EG, Tarek, he's just backed all the way out and will get tagged up just a tiny bit. That's like a tickle. So Bomb plant coming in, and 5v5 in the retake. Tarek doing a stellar job at least to duck out of danger and not leave his team at the man disadvantage. Let's see if EG can make this one happen.
It's just such a hard retake getting in through these tight choke points versus Glocks. Henny is waiting for contact to be made, and there it is, Art starting things off, and now the push has to come through. Evil Geniuses are being pressured, and they are getting absolutely destroyed. 4 kills coming through in a second for Furia, and Ethan, it's about getting exits at this point. The round is not winnable. And, you know, I was going to say, Tarek, great map awareness to be able to fully back up into the market while blind, but even keeping that man advantage, or stable, I guess, for EG was not enough to get them back into the round. Furia picking up the pistol on their map pick here. And already just confident stuff. Nothing worse than getting double peaked when you have a USP.
Oh, we got the force buy back in, Hugo, from EG. And it's just Eagles scout on Tarek. And that's the thing. This might find some results. However, look at how fast Furia have gotten down through middle. I thought maybe we're going to see that fast connector play come in. But I think with that Deeg shot raining in from short, that's been enough at least to slow Furia down just a little bit and force them away from middle.
And rightly so, because EG have a triple setup here. They have 3 players short side. So Furia, they kind of dodged a bullet by disappearing from middle. That smoke on short does force Cirque to boost himself up, but really, EG... Oh, that's a bit of a miss smoke. It is a fake, though, and Tarek isn't even watching it. He's scoped in on the apartment, so it won't be realized for EG. As Furia walk into this A site, smoke towards the connector. Stan is the man, but can he hold the line? Oh, missed shot, does some damage. Art's already low, and Yuri going to re-peek him with the Krieg. Such a brutal weapon, as we've seen in these last few days. Furia, man up, and the A site under control. EG on a full rotation off of B, and really, even though Ethan has a kit here, you're questioning, okay, do you want to retake or do you want to play save and have this buy the next round on what would usually be a full USP eco? EG are going to put their head in, and Breezy's going to take a head off, and now the retake is spurred on.
Yeah, they're definitely looking interested now. Molotov going to actually force this player out from the firebox and into the prying eyes of Tarek. So now Vinny, K Serato, they're left a man down, but they line up for Vinny. And K Serato's come in and saved the day. Between the two of them, they managed to hold the line. They stopped that round from getting too out of hand. It definitely felt like it had the opportunity to go the way of EG, with some of that utility being very, very well placed to force those players out into the open. But ultimately, they're not going to find the round, Hugo.
Yeah, Furia at least dealing with the force buy there. And now it will just be clean pistols for the side of EG. Nice and simple stuff. Furia should be off to the 3-0 start. What do you think the coach of Furia is writing down after 2 rounds? I'd love to know.
I always wonder what they're writing down at all at this early on in the game. Honestly, I even remember he was writing stuff down when they were beating 5 Power like 13-0. I'm like, what notes are you making at this point?
Are you just doodling? I guess.
Yeah, it's like we push mid, we win.
Just for next time.
Yeah, they're more just like reminders, like the memoirs of, of Furia. It's fantastic. But this one, actually, these USPs have found a man down and lower. It's Henny to fall. Would have been great if he could have got some extra cash with that Mac 10, but now it's in the hands of Cirque. And if he can get like 1 kill with it, you know, boost that money up, obviously then maybe it enables that or purchase with some armor behind it and some utility as well.
He can already buy it next round, so it's not really a worry. But yeah, you're definitely right. You're going to want more things on top of it, right? Utility kits, etc. And Cirque, he's never going to turn down free money.
Yeah,
Who would?
They say less is more, but a lot of the time more is really more.
Yeah, especially when it comes to money. Oh, Breezy just missed a player crossing into window from jungle there. He was looking at CT, and that player's going to push Cirque as well. The Mech-10 not... Muk-10. It's not McDonald's. Mac-10 not finding enough damage to take a kill. And Tarek will get away with a Krieg, and that seems to be solidified in this round. So EG will take that. A huge weapon to bring into their first rifle. But ultimately, it will be FURIA starting 3-0 up. Oh, that grenade!
Oh, dude, Tarek!
Nice.
Oh,
yeah.
He's good. That was calculated. It's fine. It's all under control. The Krieg is held on to. And EG, now they'll get to come in with this first buy. As we mentioned, you know, Cirque's got the money to buy the AWP regardless of those Mac-10 kills coming in. But he's going to feel a little bit limited in terms of what he gets to bring in behind it. Does at least have armor and a defuse kit. So actually, that's a pretty decent.
Yeah. I mean, even the USP8 kill alone is just $300. And there we go. That's a smoke. So works out pretty well. Oh, my God.
Look at the pace, man. They're not ready. Stanislaw, before he can even begin to turn his brain on, they've blown it out of his skull. And FURIA, they've got the A-bomb, so you can hear them screaming, man. They are being so loud, and justifiably so. They just steamrolled Evil Geniuses. They were still setting up.
The reason that's so sick is because FURIA played that anti-eco so slow, so EG are after starting this map like, okay, cool, this is the pace, like no slow rounds, they're working map control, they're taking mid, they're leaving, they're going to B, you know, it was just pretty default stuff. And then immediately EG get guns out and FURIA just run, and they just run out Palace, get up connector in seconds, there's no info in middle for EG, and FURIA absolutely sweep them. And this is what we're talking about, Harry, when we say that FURIA can take away this series from EG, and that these, you know, aggressive and keen gamers are looking to keep the game nice and fast. Well, that is a perfect example. 4-0. Dominant round there for FURIA. Let's see if EG can stem the bleeding a little bit, but their money is going to be skew for the time being. This could lead FURIA off to that 5-0 lead, and they're already looking confident as well. Not what you want to see for EG. By coming through, though, they're going to drop guns back over. It's pretty decent. Double AWP and a FAMAS on Stan. Can't win them all, but either way, FURIA, where do they go from here? Can't really do the same thing twice, so smoking the connector for Cirque, trying to fight under. No one in position. FURIA coming out through the A site with 2 up mid, but Tarek's got that second AWP up on the catwalk.
Man, and FURIA are being so good at constantly switching this pace up. And EG, you know, in the back of their mind, they're always going to be worried about one of these faster plays coming in, so they can't be as stingy with this utility. The wall of smokes has gone in towards A in the meantime, and they've dealt with Stam, but it's Ethan and Cirque still standing the line. Still holding down this bomb site. Ethan, they know he's here. They do have a Molotov on Yuri, but he's only just rotating around from mid. Henny's retrieved an incendiary grenade. He could burn Ethan out. Oh, it might not matter. Ethan ducking down. He's lucky. He's a little on the shorter side as he's dodging these shots, but Queserato puts the knife in the back of Ethan, and he's still alive. He's still going. Yuri's helped him out, and now it's Cirque down to the 1v1. He's got to finish off Yuri. That bomb is out in the open, and Yuri's been able to retrieve it. Cirque from atop the stairs, not missing a beat. And Evil Geniuses, they will recover that round. They hold on in the 1v2. Cirque stepping up nice and early, and that's what we want to see for EG.
That was a really nice reposition from Cirque. He knows with Yuri being on ramp, he can cross towards stairs, and that's the last thing Yuri's going to expect. An AWPer leaving the window when you've got a perfect cross on the site, yeah, that wouldn't make sense for Cirque to do that in Yuri's mind. So getting up on top of the stairwell, and Yuri just trying to molly out window. It's going to be around for EG. Kriegs are out though, Jesus, 5 of them. This is a terrifying buy. And look through the smoke, balls to the wall here for FURIA, and it might not work as the bodies get plastered. EG got to deal with another fast player. Queserato doesn't get out of Palace. I think he was trying to jump around the corner through the smoke, but gets stuck and lost his opportunity to trade. Art's pressuring through this smoke as well. The bomb's gone back to make sure there's no push through T-spawn. And Queserato, his smoke is beginning to fade, and his opportunity to get out on that balcony is slim now. He was able to use the same smoke in the previous round to go above the ladder and kill Ethan, and then even follow up. Now just Yuri roaming around here for FURIA. As EG have to start to defend that B-bomb site a little bit better. Cirque is going to move over with the AWP just in case things go wrong. But that bomb is still on ramp and likely going to be seeing Yuri either throw a B fake in or come in through underpass and try and split connector late. Why not both? Or neither?
Yeah, it's secret option C and D. They're going to run boost the man out. You got to budge up. There you go. Oh, getting thrown out into middle. Now, no one here, but it just allows that safe cross. So now he moves down towards the connector. Hugo, how good are you at keeping up with the timer without... Hey, there we go, 7 seconds. There's no time. Well, they do hold on to the Kriegs. Yeah, so that's the round going the way of FURIA. No, sorry, they save. What am I on about? We're going through some technical problems right now on the... Oh, dear. So what we're going to do is, Hugo, I think if you want to chime in, I'll lean in real close while your microphone's encountering some problems.
Yeah, my mic's not working, Harry, so we're real close right now as I talk through your mic. We're going to have admins on the scene to fix this one up nice and quickly, but that's a round for EG. Time falling apart for FURIA. Back to you, Harry.
Yeah, back to me in the studio. Thank you. I'm glad I don't have to be smushing my face against you anymore. That was very intimate, and perhaps too intimate for Twitch.tv. Who knows? 4-2. EG in with another round. Cirque still got that AWP, and this time FURIA, oh, they're changing the pace again with the fast A play. They're going to go barreling in. Stanislaw alone, and he's so blind. Yuri gonna remove him. Cirque trying to hold down the cross, and he's been looking damn fine thus far. These Molotovs, however, do force him out of position. He stands in it for a bit, and he'll get rewarded for it. Back into this 4-on-4 now as that bomb looks to go down for FURIA. Breezy on a long flank in through the back line. Has been found by Keserato already. And now EG, the one thing they were really banking on was this flank finding something in this round. At the very, very least, just being able to apply some pressure. They're going to try and go through, but bear in mind, Keserato, he's got on a flank of his own. He's all the way in through mid. The bomb is planted out in the open for him. They've smoked off the connector. Keserato, he's got a lot to do here as they try and get on this bomb, flashing himself out from the connector. And now Tarek trying to get away, but he cannot escape FURIA. Another round on the board.
Well,
so
Harry,
go on, Hugo. Was it you? Were you the error with your microphone?
I'm an idiot. I pushed the talkback button to get the HUD fixed, right?
Okay.
A couple of rounds ago. I don't know if you remember. And what happened is the talkback button didn't come back up. And that muted my mic, and so my talkback was constantly open, therefore my mic was closed. It's all me. It's all my fault.
It was actually all you.
And a guy just came in, and all he did was pointed it, and then I realized. And I went,
So
I'm an
there
idiot.
we go. Well, you know,
dear.
it could be worse.
Happens to the best of us, Harry. And
I think
am far from the
we
best.
dealt with it as well as we could. You shouldn't have had to deal with it in the first place,
Yeah.
obviously, Hugo. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. And this time you've lost some.
Yeah, I've lost more than some, but EG, they are falling right now, 5-2. I love the plays from FURIA, just a fast contact ramp in the previous round. They know where Cirque's playing. They cut him off with those Molotovs, and they don't let him get into it. Considering you said yourself, he had started off this map pretty well with that orb. Well, he's going to get denied. Not in this round, though, because 3 players on B for EG. They made a read. As I say that, Cirque's going to begin to rotate off, and that is unfortunately timed. But let's see if EG have a smoke for that market window. They do. That's going to make things hard. Cirque's got to go right through it. Tarek in the corner. They're out on the site with the bomb. 2 kills already coming through for EG. Breezy hiding on default, not giving them a chance. And FURIA don't have a single frag in this round. They are gone. They are out. And that's a 3rd round for EG on the B-bomb site. The triple stack holds promise for EG.
Yeah, pretty ballsy call to just go with that triple B stack when you think about the amount of times FURIA have tended over towards that A side of the map. And so the read from EG is fantastic there. They mop that one up. I doubt we see FURIA look to go back to B anytime soon after that, although maybe they go straight back to B, because in a way, that would be the most FURIA thing ever, wouldn't it? They set up outside in the apartments. And I tell you what, if they do go for this, there's not that stack here anymore. Tarek, he's seen one man. He doesn't realize just quite how many reside up in the apartments. The flashbang comes in, and Breezy, his ears have opened up. He's hearing all these footsteps, but you can't hear much without a face. And Keisarato's just taken them off inside of the B bomb site. Cirque done what he can to make this doable, and Cirque really picking up momentum now. Second kill in this round. Keisarato and Yuri left in the 2-on-3, but somehow they've got to get across the bench to get this bomb.
That's a flashbang. That's the only bit of utility FURIA had, and it allows Keisarato to set Yuri up, rather, so he can cross. The issue is, how does he cross back now? He's trapped. He isn't being held, but he doesn't know that.
The worst thing is there's a smoke in the path. It's rolling towards him. Maybe.
Just wait long enough.
Yeah, oh, it's not rolling anymore.
No.
This is like the ultimate tease, man. Who's... what?
Next level.
He's got it. Yuri, you big brain boy. He can throw that down. He can get this one across. And now there's a chance for FURIA in this round.
But Stan's still on this big flank, and he's just waiting for the time to activate. Cirque getting smoked, and all the spam is so good. Yuri getting away with that kill, and now EG bunkering down, tunneling in as they wait for Stan to activate on this flank. No one's even considering it, and he might have the kill to Yuri as well. The wallbang sets it up, and Stan shuts it down. Keisarato inside of the site, and they haven't seen this man. He's been boosted up, trying to pick an angle. He doesn't know who's going to make contact first, and Ethan's gone down. There's the clutch. Keisarato, 4 kills on the B-bomb site, boosted, and a 6th round for FURIA.
I love watching FURIA play this game, man. I love watching FURIA play this game. Look at Keisarato go. He's just taking heads off. Are these all headshots? I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, all 4. Every single one. Even enough to close out that 1v2. And when you think about the opposition, they're up against the positions they're in. Cirque getting to hold that cross. You have to, like, gimp your way to a smoke grenade if you're Yuri.
I love how he shoots it. Like, how does it come towards him? He shot it away. It bounces off the curve.
Yeah,
like, you don't get more lucky there.
That's some real Counter-Strike physics right there.
Only the best players in the world, Harry, know how to manipulate the drop grenades. That read as well in Cirque's position. The spam on the boosted spot inside of the market was next level. And removing the man who already had a couple of kills to his name as well, keeping that round in EG's favor, not for long. Now the money starting to drip away here from the North Americans. Fast mid-play from both sides. EG pushing up, and Art's gone right by them. He doesn't realize his team might get absolutely hamstrung from the backline, but Yuri's been smoked off, and Art's already in B. No one's going to know about this, but he's being flanked. Ethan coming in from the back, and I think EG cottoned on to this play. The one man in B, now FURIA might bail because they realize EG have got full control over this B bomb site. They've got all the info. EG ran up mid, took short, came back, and now they have 3 on B. And FURIA don't want to commit, but they're still here. So they might just be slowing down and waiting for EG to rotate a man off. That has happened. Cirque has left. And will that tempt FURIA in? Not that they know it.
I think no matter the decision here, this is not a great situation for FURIA, right? They use all their utility there. They think they're going to get the B bomb site as their reward. And now, on the back of grinding to a halt, they've got 2 flashbangs to get them past this 2-man defense here, and that is it.
Also, look at the buy. They won last round, Harry. This is garbage.
Yeah, it is. You know, that's what happens when Keisarato has to clutch it in the 1v2, and you've been losing rounds before that. So, yeah, money just isn't here for FURIA in this round. They were hoping the fast B play was a nice method to secure a 7th, and it might have just been anything but. They're still in the apartments. They're still waiting here. 25 seconds, so they've got to start something soon, and Yuri looks to be the point man here. Oh, my goodness. He is sneaking past, and thankfully, Cirque had just left CT, so maybe, no, Yuri's gone, and Tarek, well, he's mopping these guys up. Finally, Vinny's going to get that kill, but there's just players everywhere. And Ethan from short, finding the round, 4th on the board for EG.
Yeah, nice work from Tarek. K-Serato just jumps right by him as well. Doesn't check below him as he goes out of the window with a flash. And even though Tarek was super blind, he gets away with a couple of kills there. So holding the line with the FAMAS. That was a low economy round for EG as well. They had the rifles, but really lacking on the utility. Not going to stop them. And now what can, because they're fully bought. Cirque's back on that AWP, and FURIA. They forced again, Harry. Another investment from FURIA. Absolutely no fear. Arts again going in through middle, this time towards connector, and what a shot. Ethan getting picked up out of window versus the Mac-10. Art can smoke that molly off and just run right through as the rest of his team come out through the ramp. Art chasing down Cirque, and he might have caught him as well, down to 1 HP. Flash to keep himself up. Doesn't need to re-aggress, can just try and get that reload in, but Breezy's going to hear it if he does. And Art walking through a smoke. The balls on this man. He's still got a Glock on his hand as well. This is not the gun you want for the situation, but beggars can't be choosers. And FURIA have advantages. Breezy's going to be trading back, but now his position is known, and he reads Art inside of the connector. What a play from Breezy. Is it enough, though? This bomb is still ticking in favor of FURIA.
Oh, the dink, and K-Serato going to finish the job. 1v2 with a P250. Is there any clutch situation you can throw this man into? And he can't at least give it a run for its money. He's 15-3 right now. K-Serato, I was wondering, you know, like we saw him yesterday looking good in all these games thus far. He's been stepping up. And a big question was, you know, could he keep that going versus Evil Geniuses? And, well, the answer might not surprise you. It's yes.
Again, they just love these fast cat plays, Harry. Absolutely
and
no
I love
fear.
them too.
Yeah.
So this is brilliant for everyone. Win-win.
Oh, Ethan's been boosted in from window side, and Art's going to expect it. A player couldn't have come up cat and gone down there that fast, but he is ready for the play. Tarek, nice trade, or nice kill rather. It's not a trade as EG hold the advantage. And Yuri can't take it back. Vinny's going to try and exploit this smoke gap. He might be able to if Tarek jumps up, but no need to do so with the CZ. And EG have the advantage with Breezy pushed so deep in the palace. He has info ahead of time. Here's a flashbang. K-Serato's going to run back, but he's not got the gun for this fight. So if Breezy does peek, he should be able to win it, but he's playing it safe, just wants the info, and he hears them run away. Now A is completely empty for EG. They can go again and stack this B bomb site. Stan's got a 1-for-1 and 3-on-3 here on the B site. Tarek with another off the CZ. He can grab a rifle behind his armor, but Vinny's going to take him down. Trade again. EG keeping this one close. K-Serato, he can't find a better weapon to retrieve, so it'll have to be the MP5 SD, and he's got Ethan as well. Another 1v2 for K-Serato certainly seems possible.
And he's done it with a P250. Now he's putting himself on even more of a garbage weapon here. The MP5, will it be ready for Breezy? Oh, he tries to jump up. And Breezy, stellar job to land that shot on the jump scare of K-Serato. That's another round on the board for the North American squad, but it's narrowly locked in. One player surviving once again. FURIA, the temptation must be there to force, and they have put a lot of money into this round. Yeah, they're going for it. They're going for the force buy again. Again.
I don't even know if I'm against it. That's the worst part.
With one player surviving again for the side of Evil Geniuses, the money just is awful.
Yeah, it's just this is not a good force. It's not like you have like a couple of Kriegs or a rifle even. You've got 5 pistols, Harry. But yeah, FURIA, I'm not going to argue with their decisions at this point. They are leading, and they have been making EG sweat in almost every situation. They've won this round before, and they will do it again. Art is in the window. No one's noticed this just yet, but Cirque has come in to cover the position, and he might walk right into this, but that's fine. Cirque gets away with a kill. Knows there's a player got to be lower mid as well, so that's more info for FURIA, or EG rather, in this 5-on-4. Flash towards ramp, but it's not going to work. Doesn't matter. Vinny gets picked up as he goes through the smoke. Cirque doubling down to Henny, who was the booster in middle, and K-Serato in the palace. He's now last alive. This clutch is a little unrealistic, but let's see what he can do.
Oh, my God.
You dare.
Yeah, no more. 2 HP. This is it. This is it. This is where K-Serato, they finally deal with him. Whew. Oh, collective sigh of relief with EG. You know, we can all join in. It's like a morning breathing exercise. And I certainly feel a lot less stressed after taking one. So you can see those odds have closed right up. And I can't say I blame the folks over at GGBet for that one.
Still not the favorites, though, despite having 7 rounds on the T side, and EG looking to equal that one up. FURIA going for a bomb plant on A. Will the CTs be ready, though? And it seems to be the case. Ethan with 2. Stan, SMG under the balcony. Ooh, nice shot from Serato. Can do anything, apparently, with a Glock. And 7-7. But now the buy is coming back in for FURIA in the last round of the half. EG have got the money for it as well, so Orb can be dropped over to Cirque, and everything is looking pretty here for the EG side to take an 8-7. But will FURIA have anything surprising to show us in their last T-side round of Mirage? To be fair, Henny is 2-11, but we've just not had the AWP for FURIA. We've not had money for FURIA. They've been forcing so much, so that kind of does lead into things. But another fast play.
Ooh, one bullet to find Ethan, thankfully. Cirque only needs one as well to get that trade. So it is immediately down into this 4-on-4, and FURIA now going to try and blitz their way into this B-bomb site. And Cirque, he's just started rotating away. Tarek trying to hold down the line. Flash is coming in, and Tarek still holding his ground. Not going to go back in for more. Oh, is he going to try? Nah, he's just waited. Tarek knows if he goes up and over, he's into the prying eyes of FURIA. And so he'll just wait ever patiently. This Molotov and Serato, if they want to commit to B, could be used to burn him out. But actually now with Breezy on this flank, that forces Serato out wide and allows Tarek to find him. EG then narrowly going to close that half out in their favor, 8-7. This one is split right down the middle, and it's already been an explosive series. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the second half after a quick break. FURIA certainly ain't going to be furious about their 7-round T-side on Mirage. It's a decent half for their map pick, but is it enough? That's the question as EG move over to the opposing side, the attacking side, as we get into this pistol round. It, of course, is FURIA's map pick in this series, but anything is possible, Harry, with Train coming up next. And let's see how this one goes. No more preluding, just going to find out. Yeah, EG setting a good example as to how to deal with this FURIA aggression. They've been able to stem the bleeding, right? FURIA get off to a great start, and then those huge commitments to continue going for the 4 spies. Okay, I love it. I love it to pieces, but it does come back to hurt FURIA. In spite of almost always working, that's the same as never working. So, you know, what's the jury's decision on that one? Here's the fast B play, but FURIA, they've got 2 players here lying in wait, and already Vinny's dispatched of 1. He will get traded. Tarek and Breezy on the scene, trying to contain these CTs, and Henny, Serato, and Art left up in this 3v4 retake. I always believe when Serato is still alive and kicking, So let's see if FURIA can find anything here.
EG couldn't do the 5-on-5 retake, so you're damn sure 3-on-4 is going to be a whole lot harder for FURIA, and they are realizing that one. Tarek's even been boosted in the spot the Serato one is clutch from, and FURIA just going to bail, hold on to that armor for the force bite in the follow-up round. They can actually boost here and try and spot that market exit, but EG making it very hard to be hit as they jump round corners continually. Oh, lineup. Was that a 2-for-1 in a single bullet? Henny, any more from you, my man? No, but he does get a couple of kills on the exit. That'll be a few more dollars to take home to the wife and kids. And a pistol round for EG to start off their second half.
There you go.
Love filthy.
it. I can't wait till we finally get to see an AWP on Henny as well, right? It feels like, you know, well, I mean, it doesn't feel like there wasn't an AWP for that FURIA T side. And that's the thing. You look at Cirque putting up numbers like a madman for EG right now, and that's because they really prioritize getting that AWP in his hands as frequently as they could. In this round, the Kriegs make quick work of the USPs from FURIA, as they should. There we go. There we go. I always feel like you can never reliably hit someone there. Like the amount of times I've seen AWPers line up a shot that's dead on, and then just no connection.
Head hitbox, man. If you look into the ground, it's all over the place. Mainly in the ground, though. That's where most of FURIA will be after this round. It's a 10th for EG. They take it nice and cleanly indeed. The buy coming out in round number 3 for FURIA. I like that they didn't force. Get your first rifle round in as soon as possible. And there it is, Harry. You've been waiting for it. Henny's on the AWP. It is glass cannon, and there are SMGs in play on this bonus, but still, at least it's here. I bet that's a sigh of relief for Henny as well. He's probably been waiting all goddamn game long to get that gun in his hands. What can he do with it? Push into Palace from Vinny. I think Ethan's heard this. Waiting, very passive. The rest of EG in the meantime setting up for an execute.
Oh, and Art was just rotating away, so now he goes back to CT. This allows Henny to try and take a position on triple, and he gets away with one shot and then falls out. Him and Art in tandem, they swap positions. There's two players inside of this site peeking over the top of these smokes, and for EG, the trades trickling in, but I mean, it's still this. What? Ooh, okay, Ethan's made it interesting at the very least, and Stan with a UMP. Surely there's no chance for him in this round. Henny, no armor, but Stan. Oh, it gets close. Oh, it gets very, very close. Thankfully, Henny's able to hold the line there, down in the 1v1. Considering he didn't have armor behind that AWP, that UMP realistically could have got the job done. Unfortunately, Stan just running out of ammo.
Yeah. He thought there was only Henny there as well. He thought it was just the 1v1 versus the AWP. You could see him checking for that short player, looking for a window man, and then he just runs at it going, oh, you know, if I can kill Henny here, if I can get that AWP out, I have a one-on-one, I can upgrade my weapon. But yeah, unfortunately for him, two players there. He kills the armored man, but Henny closes it with the USP.
EG playing FURIA style right now. They're just running in. They're just running in. And I don't know, does anyone beat FURIA at their own game? Right now, it's not looking like it.
Yeah, they're getting shredded, Harry, and even running right past the Molotov. Vinny is looking for more and more by the second. 5-on-2, EG. Not going to work on that fast A play, and looking to try and pull back this huge disadvantage. It's not going to happen. Vinny gets a kill, and Breezy alone, he's still going to commit to this. There's so many CTs there. They start shooting before he even peeks as well. The shadow gives away his position, and FURIA win a 9th round flawlessly. That's certainly going to build up your money after, you know, only getting a clutch with Henny being the last alive. Certainly what FURIA wanted into this second half, and not only building your own money, but breaking your opponents, as EG are left with $2,000 to their name.
I love the idea that as that play's coming in, that fast A play, Art's like, nah, I've seen this one before.
Actually, about 6 rounds ago.
Yeah. So, EG, guess what the game plan is this time around?
I like this though.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, no, I think the Palace Waterfall on Mirage is probably the best way to potentially get a bomb plant. I doubt you're going to find one here with all these weapons playing back towards the triple stack and CT, and now with the rotations coming in, Stan, all he's left to do is do the honorable thing and
wait 45 seconds.
Nah, FURIA don't let you wait.
Yeah, no, the argument behind that Palace play is, you know, if they have like an AWP in CT or just one in CT and they're playing heavy for mid, you know, with like a 1-3-1, you know, connector and short taken, then you can maybe jump out Palace, overwhelm the CT guy, get a plant, and things usually are going to go badly for you after that. But the thing is, with all these fast A plays, FURIA are like triple stacking the A bomb site. They're not interested in playing for retake, and therefore, you know, EG just running into the Kriegs. And what can you do against Kriegs? Very little. AWP is out for Cirque though. Money finally in the hands of EG on this T side. Early ramp boost to try and catch the cross, but no one goes for it. Now FURIA are playing a little more less defensive on A. Only Vinny there. He is aggressive though. And he might be too aggressive, getting all this info for FURIA that ramp is clear. There is Ethan in the Palace, but this allows FURIA to be a little more dedicated towards B. Yuri's come back from Catwalk in case of an execute. Ethan's going to leave Palace as well. Plenty of time for EG to make their move, and into middle seems to be the play for Stan, but Henny is here with the AWP. I think they're lining up a window smoke in spawn. Breezy just throwing that in, so Henny not going to realize it till it's already too late. And that will give EG mid for now.
Oh, Henny throwing in a smoke into window, but that's one that's designed to give him a one-way. So when that smoke that EG have thrown in fades, it's still going to look like window's smoked off. And one of these players, it's Yuri left in mid, might be able to play that slight gap smoke.
"25 seconds. Tick-tock. EG have got to go. It's nothing but a dedicated B play. 4 alive, and that molly on car could be good. Keserato getting forced out, but Henny holding down the line, and Keserato holding the window drop. He gets Breezy as well. 2 picks for FURIA in this round, and 10 seconds. EG probably out of this one. Probably going to try and leave if they're allowed. Keserato putting in the damage, and Cirque is just getting out of there in time with 30 points of health remaining. Keserato desperately looking for more kills, and he upgrades.
They might have had a chance to take that AWP away after time. However, EG able to hold on to it, and great job at least at finding out aggressing down through those lower tunnels. However, holding on to the AWP and Krieg, that leaves their money in a bit of an awkward spot, right? Obviously, no loss bonus on the 2 players saving, so reinvestment around these rifles. It's not great though, no head armor, and this leaves you at the real mercy of, I mean, it's only 1 M4. There's more Kriegs on the side of FURIA than there was even on their T side. That nade's brilliant. Ethan's already been removed. He was one of the players with armor in this round. Cirque should been naded down to 41 HP. The utility for FURIA, brilliant in this round to give them all these early advantages. EG, they've got Stan deep down middle, but with no utility to allow him to get across. He's pretty fortunate that there's no one here for FURIA right now. However, Art has just repositioned round to the connector, and we'll be keeping an eye on this flashbang. Gonna find his mark. Smoke down over in the connector to try and get these players across. And actually, sorry, to give Art the platform just to watch short and not have to worry about that close comm peek. Cirque in the meantime trying to carve a path in towards B, but no one's offering anything up, and I imagine we see Cirque maybe try and fall away, regroup with the rest of the squad. He will keep on probing and actually gets rewarded for it with that kill coming in. Tarek immediately activating, getting up through short, but the bomb is still back in connector.
Yeah, it's a bit of a worry. Is it going to rotate? It will through underpass. Tarek has found another B pick, and now surely they have to take B. There's no choice, but time is an issue. And Cirque just missing that shot. Vinny ducks underneath it. He can try and get inside of the site, but Tarek is here, ready and waiting. Not enough, apparently, as Vinny takes that kill. Cirque on the sidelines, dropping him, and it's Henny now in a 1-on-2. Cirque's holding the cross, and he hits a tag through the wall. It's not going to be the killing blow, though. Henny with an opportunity in this round. Finds a 1-on-1, but he can't win the shot, and now they know where he is, out in the open. Breezy going to push him. He's so low as he gets still over to the M4. Breezy will finish off the job, and that's going to be a round for EG. Oh, that looked so difficult for them to get back into. What a huge couple of opening kills on B from Cirque and Tarek. And they just get EG back into that round despite the lack of money, despite the pistols. retrieve guns, saving grace for EG.
And I love it. I mean, you could see the amount of kind of fail safes in that round is, you know, even if Cirque falls at B, well, the bomb and actually Tarek for the longest time were grouped up down in the connector together, so they could have tried to go for that A play while there were less players there. And then on the back of Cirque getting that kill, they just go, all right, let's go B. And then Tarek opening it up, as you say, with his push up through short. That round all comes together for Evil Geniuses, and even if they had lost both of those B players, there was still a good chance to at least find a bomb plant there. And that's really the kind of bare minimum that they were hoping to get from the round. Investment back in from FURIA at least. Henny's got the AWP to play around with.
Stan, you got a gun, mate? There we go. Bit late to the party. While he's out in mid, Henny's going to drop under him. Ballsy play. He's got the smoke to play around with, though, but I've never seen so many smokes in middle. There is just no open sight line, and Henny can't be killed either. He has been covered.
All these smokes are actually kind of great. He can hold for the mid cross at least, and he's got safe passage back into the connector. He'll get that one kill. And Breezy not able to re-peek in and get that trade as Henny just runs away. He'll be very, very happy with that man advantage. EG, they've at least got mid control to show for losing this man. But it's not like, you know, FURIA aren't aware of that. It's very much by design that they've now just conceded middle. It was obvious that EG were going to try and make a play here with all that utility going down, finding a man down in underpass. And now FURIA with 3 players stacked over towards this A side of the map. EG will be hard pressed to get in.
Oh, but Ethan's come out through ramp. Stan's got a pick from the triple box, and Breezy above from stairs. Great entries from EG, but is it going to be enough as the AWP is still here in spawn, finding Ethan on ramp. Nice tag. Molly is going to be a bit of a problem. Henny, he could choose to jump top ticket, but does he want to take that risk, or do they just want to save? Keserato's watching for a B flank, but that is not coming in, and now the call has been made for FURIA to save these weapons. 12 rounds to EG. They get up through the connector despite Henny putting pressure early on, and even though he gets 2 kills, they are not going to be enough to make FURIA win this round. 12-11. Scoreline hanging on a thread right now, but FURIA's money is still going to be here, just enough for a buy with these safe guns. They can drop over weapons and try and contest for this, as EG, they're beginning to build a real bank up, and FURIA don't want to allow that to happen. Do we have a double AWP? Keserato could buy it. Well, Henny's gone for it instead, and he's dropped his over, so 2 AWPs here for FURIA.
Yeah, and it looks like Henny has that ramp spawn as well. He's not going to go for the peak, instead just holding from triple stack, and won't be rewarded for it. Already some immediate smokes going in from EG to block off the connector and jungle. But they're not moving. They're just holding top mid, setting Ethan up in Palace as well. He's going to be able to lock down this A side of the map. Wouldn't surprise me if at some point, you know, with FURIA giving up mid control so early on, we see Vinny take ramp control, and we just saw that there. They flash him in. He clears ramp, and he might even go back and see how far down this he can get. Not uncommon that if you give up such an important position on the map like mid, that you at least try and get some aggression, some information from elsewhere on the map. Because right now, FURIA, they've got no real idea what's going on. Connectors smoke, so they know that there's players in mid, but they don't know numbers, they don't know whereabouts. They've just got a vague idea, and here comes that connector play. They line up for Henny, and he gets the collateral. Now, admittedly, doesn't find Tarek, but he's brought him down to 15 points of health, and so Henny's already done a hell of a lot with the 1 bullet he's fired. EG, they've slowed down to a snail's pace. All the momentum of this A play has been removed, and this double AWP is continuing to find success.
Yeah, Tarek's picked up 1 as well now, considering he's low, but he realized 25 seconds. He can't wrap B. He has no time. He has to commit towards this A site, and that's going to make things very hard with Yuri in the sandwich. Tarek kills the player off of B short, but there's still this AWP in CT. Henny is ready and waiting, and he fires off a shot as well. It's just Tarek now 10 seconds run for the hills as he tries to hold on to this orb for the follow-up round. But even if he gets to Undy, he might die after time. Screw that, before time works as well. Vinny will take that kill, and that's going to be the double orb secured and retrieved for the likes of FURIA. Successful in that round, and yeah, you say it, they had no information, they had no knowledge, but EG kind of got stuck and connected there. They get out, and then they realize they're trapped in between multiple players in the A site, and FURIA also didn't break the mid window there. That makes problems for Evil Geniuses, and even though Breezy gets a kill into CT, I thought maybe we'd see them try and wrap B, but a lot of the reason why that's hard is Henny's in CT spawn with the AWP, and so he has such a long angle he can hold towards those B markets. EG kind of running out of options there as all their players were grouped up. And where do they go from here? Screaming a B play to me.
Yeah, I mean, Cirque's got a good ramp spawn. Maybe we could see him play off the back of that, but no, yeah, it is. It might just be this B commitment from EG. Yeah, Cirque lining up that smoke to go in and over. That's going to block off short side as they get that smoke wall in. That could lock Yuri out of this round and leaves all the pressure onto Serato. He's going to crumble underneath it. And now that's an AK retrieved as well. Art tries to go in, tries to go deep, and we'll just get blindsided. He's got to check behind him, and the reason being is that he heard Stanislaw taking up this position in the market.
Wow.
He keeps on hunting. Henny, trying to get away, trying to hold on to the AWP, but EG are hunting them down, and now it's Vinny, the last man left. He baits that shot out, but Tarek is not missing a beat, 13-12. And that round was such an important one for both teams because neither one of them had money left in those bank accounts. Now, EG, they could be about to springboard themselves into the lead in a pretty big way in the closing segments of this half. I
just love the confidence from EG, right? Tarek running through smokes and Molotovs just to force engagements and not let these CTs save, and you can see he's getting pumped as well. Those arch smokes on B that Cirque throws from, you know, back outside of B apps are so fast landing, and they do a really good job of isolating just one player on the site. They give EG a way to get a man advantage with minimal efforts to trade if you have a cap player, and FURIA did. That was Yuri. He was stuck. Oh dear, now he's gone. Cirque finding that wallbang through the connector. And this is only USPs for FURIA. EG should be taking a 14th round regardless of what happens, but FURIA at least want to try and make it difficult for them and expensive. Art's pushed up in Palace, but this is being watched from T-Spawn, so we can't afford to go too deep. Those rifles will tear him to shreds. And he reconsidered. Smoke's landing on A. FURIA have a 4-man stack here, although Vinny's decided to rotate mid. And EG at least going to walk into these pistols. That being said, they shouldn't be taking too many casualties.
Yeah, you very much hope that they're able to weather the storm and not lose much. And at least that's going to set EG well up for the end of this half. Ooh, they haven't cleared them out of Bomb Palace. The bomb's now dropped. They don't know about Art. And he's got this silenced USP. He's hopping now. Oh, Ethan, swiveling round. Vinny now in with the Deeg. And this round could get dangerous. Thankfully, Breezy and Ethan able to alleviate a lot of that pressure. Him and Cirque staying alive. And a 14th round for EG. We were hoping that was going to be clean, though, for the North American squad. And it proves to be anything but. The two players that we wanted to see top performing are both the frag leaders in this series. We've got this comparison, and they're almost neck and neck. The same ADR, almost same KD.
The only danger here is Serato. He was 15-3 in the first like 8 rounds or 7 rounds of the T side for FURIA. So, you know, it's not his fault, but he's only had 5 since.
I think, you know, that while that is pretty important, another thing to bear in mind, Henny, a man who came into this second half with 4 kills to his name, now sitting up, you know, rising through the ranks, 15 since getting onto this, 11 kills since getting onto this CT side. And he's getting into a position where he's getting close to being neck and neck alongside old mate Cirque, which considering, you know, we saw how often Cirque has had this AWP to play with. We saw all CT side long. They prioritized getting that into his hands, and he's had it a lot over on the T side as well. I do think it's worth mentioning that Henny's having a stellar recovery in this map. Is that going to be enough though? Oh, the lineup for Cirque. Art gets tagged as well through his deceased teammate in the form of Vinny. All the stars align there for EG. And now they've got a huge advantage in a round where FURIA, if they lose this, they're force spying up against map point.
Oh, Art's going to get caught from the side as well, and that's another pick for EG, making matters worse for FURIA. Cirque, the balls to stick in that position after he gets double naded down to 15 points of health are huge, and obviously FURIA kind of don't assume he's in that position considering they've already thrown 2 grenades. Now Keiserato is playing the trigger discipline, and no one is checking this. He's going to get 2 kills here. Bomb dropped, and there's a double. Keiserato again stepping up when we needed him most, but the wall bangs in from Breezy, and he won't let them get out of this round alive. Henny trying his best, but Tarek's got the cover, and Tarek, he has really stepped up on this T side as well, locking down another round for EG. That's going to be 15 here. And FURIA, that was their buy, Harry. That was their chance to keep this game going. Now you can see the odds ever shifting even more in favor of Evil Geniuses as they look to take away FURIA's map pick. This was neck and neck all game long, 8-7 half, and now finally the advantage looking clear. Low money for FURIA, 1 rifle up against map point.
Art's trying to get himself set up down in the lower tunnels, and he was out very, very quick. So EG maybe not aware of this. They didn't have anyone peeking into middle, even though they've gotten fast down catwalk. The thing is, while they've gotten to this position very, very quickly, they haven't made a drop of noise yet, and now they begin sprinting. Art's heard all of this, but there's only Keiserato at this B side of the map. Whoa. He's got to try and stand up now, and he will double up. Is that enough for FURIA? That 1 rifle finding 2 kills in the B defense leaves FURIA a man up, but none of these guns are retrievable. They've got to get this retake done with just these SMGs and pistols.
Oh,
Yuri at least getting a kill to keep this in favor of FURIA. They try and get in, they try and close the gap, but they are getting shut down. 2v2 now, and they know that Yuri's here. Henny out from the market, 1v1 with Ethan, and Ethan holds his ground. 16-12, Evil Geniuses. They're gonna take the map pick of FURIA. 16-12 at the end of that one. And while it was neck and neck all game long in those final 5 or 6 rounds, EG, they just pull ahead cleanly. The money coming back to leave FURIA in the dust. And I mean, what a kind of sour way for that to fall apart for FURIA, but what a great performance. What a great boost in confidence for the EG side of things, right?
For sure. We had all the stars aligning as well, right? All the players we wanted to were stepping up. Breezy was unbelievable. Cirque had AWP kills across both halves. Stan was leading it very well. The change up in pace from EG, who initially started off that T side with a bunch of fast rounds that didn't really go their way. And it looked like FURIA might have been able to run away with their map pick, but that was denied. Credit has to go to Keiserato, though, the only non-EG player in the top 5 of that map, and he was just an absolute lights out performer all game long.
Yeah, right. Admittedly slowing down in that CT side, but I think that's largely because Keiserato either was getting isolated really well over towards that B site and just couldn't anchor it down versus the onslaught utility that the side of EG were throwing in, or he was left in these kind of 1 or 2vx retakes over towards the A side of the map. Obviously, we have this comparison between the AWPers. Cirque was fabulous all game long, whereas Henny, slow start, not much money for FURIA ever to allow that AWP to come out on the T side. We didn't see it for 15 rounds straight, right?
Sure.
And then we get that AWP on the CT side. Suddenly, he comes alive. I think heading into Train, you've got to prioritize getting that AWP on Henny, because you damn well know that EG are going to be getting it on Cirque.
But we've already talked about how, you know, Train is not the best map for FURIA, and EG now a map up in the series, looking to take this 2-0, keep up our bad streak carry. We've had no 3-map series, at least for us to cast, but let's hope that changes either way. Train coming up next, that's going to be our second map of the day. We'll join us, in just a minute as we come back with that.